Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC Born Rob Racing Boaters. I'm DC Rob. Let's talk. I am live from San Diego. I'm actually, excuse me, on Coronado Beach, which is a little peninsula that connects to San Diego, closer to the Pacific. Pacific's over there. There's Mexico, right there. There's Mexico. Anyway, I figured I'd jump on real quick because it's just a whole lot easier than to post a video. So if anybody has any comments and you want to jump on and give your point of view, jump on. This is DC Rob. So appreciate you. Appreciate all the viewers. Thank you guys for watching. Uh, I am in San Diego right now. I've been here for three. Dude, what is today? Damn, that's one thing. When you travel so much, you forget what the hell the day is. It's Friday. I got here Wednesday. I had an event to exhibit my products at for the past 2 days. Set up on Wednesday, all day Thursday, most of the day on Friday. So today's Friday. Today is Friday, I don't know, the 20th, I guess. And I got one viewer. You are appreciated. Thanks for joining me. Hey, if anybody wants to join in, let me know. Let me see if I can figure out how. I just went live without using StreamYard, so I'm not even sure how to uh, put up a link. But Ben says, DC, you are kind soul. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. I try to be a good guy. I try to be, well, I am. Let's put it that way. I am. But it's work. It's work. Have to put forth that effort. Anyway, I am live again. I am in San Diego. I'm looking forward to getting home at this point, though, man. Let me tell you, there's nothing like your own bed. Number one, I love to travel. Don't get me wrong. I love to travel. I love staying in nice hotels, but there's no place like home. There's no place like home. I can make my own smoothies. I can eat properly. Man, I've been eating. That's the downside with these trips is, a lot of people think it's a good side, but then they just feed you, feed you, feed you. Last night was Mexican food all night long. Carnitas, pork, chicken, tamales, salsa, chips and salsa, and the drinks were just pouring all night long. The margaritas, man, all night long. From the moment we walked in, and I put up a short. It was daylight when we got there. Another 30 minutes later, it was dark. And the band was good. This was at Los Fiesta de Rias, or yeah, Fiesta de Rias. I guess it's got two different names. It's Restaurant de Rias or whatever it's called. Taqueria de Rias, whatever. But it was a huge place, and that's one thing doing these shows. And the operators or the functioning people are banks because they change a couple of decimal points and it's all. I mean, we really pay for it. The vendors pay for it. So we come in, we set up, and we sell our wares to their dealer base. So ultimately, we pay for it. So they do feed us well. They feed us the drinks well, and every break has been well. I've had some good contacts. Some new customers are going to come on board. So it's all good. But there's just no place like home. Even though the weather is amazing, it is like 72 degrees right now at night. And anybody in Houston right now, which my girl's in Houston, and I ask her, "How's it going? What's the weather like?" It's hot. Yeah, I get that. Let's see, Ajima, what's up, bro? I see you, man. Salute to you. Okay, Harry says, "Home comforts are the best." Believe it, man. There's nothing like being at home. There's nothing like being at home. Jimmy says, Wyndham hotels are good. I don't know. I don't think this is a Wyndham because if it was, they would say it's a Wyndham. And I don't believe I've seen it unless you saw it somewhere and I just missed it. It's just where am I? I'm at the Coronado. What the hell am I? You know what? We were talking about this the other day. We were sitting there talking and going, and I was just talking to somebody. I was going, yeah, and wait a minute, where are we? No, for real, where are we? Where am I right now? We literally travel so much, and we see each other. Some of the vendors who travel to a lot of these shows, we see each other every week or two. And it's like damn, every airport starts to run into each other. Just when you think you can tell HOU from MDE from PTY, you think you can tell these different GUA. You think you can tell all these apart. But let me tell you something. When you travel a lot, man, they all run into each other. There's been a time where I got off. I think I got off at Midway in Chicago, and I was like, "Oh damn! I got off at the wrong. I got off at the wrong stop." I literally for 8 9 seconds, I thought I got off at the wrong stop. Not that that's even possible because they checked me in, but I thought I was in New York. I saw the skyline. I was like, wait a minute, where the hell am I? Anyway, traveling is, where are you now? I am in San Diego. I am at, damn, where the hell am I again? Where the hell am I? Corona. I'm on Coronado Beach, but what's the name of the resort? Oh, shoot. Oh, Lowe's. Lowe's Coronado Bay Resort, because we're on the bay. I got a beautiful view. Man, I can see Mexico from here. I had some partners that wanted to go down last night, and I was like, man, you need to catch me before I done had my first two drinks because I'd have been up for it, man. There's been many a times where I've been to LA, literally in Pasadena at 11 p.m., done what I'm done, hop in my rental, and drive to Mexico. 2 hours, and I'm there, and come back up to 5 at 6 a.m. watching the sunrise, and be at work again at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, just to babysit for point of sale again, computers, touchscreen computers in restaurants. Man, it's been many a time I've been up and down this road. Many a time. I wish I could. Can I make this larger? Oh, I can. Okay, it makes me up in the corner, but okay. Um, nice. I had the best tacos in San Diego. Oh man, the place we were at, something Fiesta del Rios. That's it. Fiesta del Rios or Taqueria del Rios. It was a whole establishment. Hopefully, you go back and look at my short if you didn't see it. I didn't upload it here, but amazing, huge place, and they just feeding you. I don't know how they do it. How my client does it, but man, they just feed it. Rob, when are you returning to Medellin? I don't know. That's a Jima. I don't know, man. When the price is right, man. Because again, and my boss may be going down to get dental work done for he and his wife. And let me tell you something. If it costs $900 to go down, man, you got to add that to the trip. And I can go to Guatemala for four. Sorry. If there's always a choice between going to Medellin for 900, 800, 700, and have to transfer, because you got to transfer, right? My choice is always going to be Guatemala. I love Guatemala, man. There's, if you didn't see my videos from a couple of weeks ago, go back and take a look at them. Etienne Brazil says not the Nasni. I don't know what that is. I wrote, JD, you are in my hometown. Bet, man. If you're up here, man, come pick me up. Take me to Tijuana. Again, I used to go a lot. I've been to Tijuana a lot. I dozens of times. I asked my partner who lives here, who don't go out and party that much, and I don't see him that way. He's like, man, I got a couple of clients here, man. They want to go. I said, one of your guys is here with me, man. He want to go to Tijuana. Let's go, man. But he caught me after my second drink, and I was like, I lost my enthusiasm, man. You need to catch me before I had my first drink. And he's like, man, it's going to take 3 hours to come back. 3 hours to come back. I'm like, man, how many times have you been? Oh, I watched the news. It's going to take three hours to get back, man. I ain't got 3 hours. I don't want to wait 3 hours to come back in the city. I'm like, how many times have you been? Turns out he's never been. He lives in San Diego, never been. Meanwhile, I've been dozens of times. And yeah, it may take 3 hours, but that's if you're driving. Don't drive. You want to go on this side. You want to park. You want to walk across. And it's like walking in a mall. There's no problems at all. And coming back there, and then the question is, do they need a passport? I don't believe they do need a passport. You just need to have an enhanced ID, the one with the star and a U.S. ID, which needs the most up to date, because there's too many Marines here. There's too many military people here. We're right off a base with NES something. I don't know what, Naval Air Station something right up the street. I saw F-15s land earlier too. Razor, bro, I looked you up earlier, man. Yeah, man, I'm on here live, man. Jump on with me if you can, man. Let me send you a shout, man. I saw you on live earlier. but I didn't see any invite or anything. Yeah, Razor Razor's here. Is Tijuana fun? Tijuana is fun. Okay. Tijuana is fun. And the more single you are, the more fun you're gonna have. Even though I'm not single anymore, I would still have a good time because I know Revolution. The first time I drove my rental down there, first of all, they said go to Chula Vista and go to the rental car place, and they'll tell you, okay, you get your insurance and you cross over. And I went to the location in Chula Vista, and they said, oh no, you can't drive across. So what did I do? Okay, I drove across. Okay, because I'm that type of guy. So I drove across and then lost my car. I literally lost my car for about 4 hours. I was just telling that story earlier. Lost my car. Like, how you lose your car? I forgot where I was. I knew I was on Revolution, but I forgot where I put it. So then I found it. It didn't move. Nobody stole it. I just lost. I forgot where I put it. I lost it. And I found it and then went out and partied some more. Another 2 hours later, I lost it again. Took it 2 hours later to find it again. But again, sun's coming up. 6:30, 7 o'clock a.m. I'm watching the sun coming up, and I'm coming up. Believe it, man. It's Tijuana fun. I just know Tijuana has some strip clubs. Yes, they do. They do have a few. They have your little dance clubs too, which are cool too. Because if you speak a little Spanish, and even if you don't, there's some girls that can speak some English to you, and it's just chitter chatter. It's just you get to communicate, and you get to if you want to dance. I like that. So I like cumbia, man. Cumbia is my favorite, not salsa. Cumbia, cumbia. I'm from Texas. Okay. Here you go. So yeah. GG says, "Why do you love Guatemala?" I just wondered because I never thought of traveling there. I'm always going to Colombia. You don't go to Guatemala for the girls. You want girls, then yeah, you go to Colombia, you go to Dominican, you go to Cuba, you go to Tijuana. I mean, I don't travel for women. I travel for the culture. So I just like being there, man. It's nothing like waking up over the lake, watching two volcanoes in my distance and having somebody cook for me and just the value of the money too and still partying. If you didn't see it, go back and watch my video from like 2 weeks ago when I was there and I was at Sublime, which is Sublime. Go back and watch my video Sublime, man. If it wasn't for I mean, I just can't. I couldn't enjoy myself because everybody was smoking cigarettes. I don't do well with cigarettes. So, but anyway, a good time was had. I'm gonna have a good time wherever I go. I'm gonna party wherever I go. But I love Guatemala, man. It's Antigua is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So if you and I tell people this: if you love your girl, take her to Antigua, Guatemala. Or if you want your girl to love you, take her to Antigua, Guatemala, and take her to Lake Atila, man. It changed your life. There's nothing better than that. So if I can get there for and I can go a straight shot. If I can go to straight shot to Guatemala for $400 versus two stops to go to Medellin and put myself in, and now I'm recognized on the street. So, it just depends on what you're going for. Girls are hot in Guatemala. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, you can find some, but and there's always tourists too. So keep in mind, there's always tourists and there's tourist spots and there's tourist spots that do salsa and people come to the salsa. So if you're single, I mean, you just as long as you're not shy, you can't lose. That's the way I look at it. Like, but again, I'm dating somebody, so I'm not outside no more. But if you outside, and you out there, I mean, all you gotta do is don't be shy. Because if you shy, man, shy people you don't get jacked. If you shy, you lose. Let's put it that way. Shy, you lose. Aggressive, talk to them. And if you're gonna go to a Hispanic country, learn the language. Learn the language. I mean, be able to hold a conversation. Because if you can't, I mean, that whole I don't know how you guys do it for real. I don't know how you do it with Google Translate or a translator. Whatever. You don't know what she's saying because you can't tell the tone. You can't tell. I don't know how you do it, but learn some Spanish. It's not that difficult, man. You can learn the basics, man. Here's the basics, okay? This is the first thing I learned. Tienes novio? Do you have a boyfriend? Tienes niños? Do you have any kids? ¿Está usted libre esta noche? Are you free tonight? No. ¿Está usted libre mañana noche? Okay. Are you free tomorrow night? I mean, it's just basic. Get past the basics, and you'll be all right. Um, raise. I don't even, man. I'm not on YouTube. I mean, I'm not on StreamYard, so I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to drop a link because and then I'm zoomed in, so I don't even know how. Oh shoot, how I can see. Let me 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 see. Is there a way to do it? You know more than me. You missed the live. Community moderation. I don't know how I can. I don't even know how I can do it. By the way, are you still in Dominican? You were. I saw you earlier. I sent you the video. I don't know if you saw it. I sent you the video when Puffy got arrested. Criminal. Well, you know, I know all those girls. DTF or some pesos. I don't know, man. I don't see life that way. Girls are hot in Guatemala. Eh, there are hot girls everywhere. It's a numbers game. Chicks are a numbers game. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, and I knew what I was going to entitle it, and I'm still going to do it. And my girl laughs at me because I'm like, "Fuck love," okay? And now I can't blank that out. I meant to do this and blank this out, but you get my point. F love. Love is what gets guys hemmed up. Not the love, but being in love. Because when you in love, you make this. You just make those decisions you wouldn't normally make. Michael Finch says, watch a lot of your videos on YouTube. A lot of Americans getting killed in these countries. It's sad. Yeah, it is. I appreciate the super chat, Michael. I mean, it happens. It happens. You know, and I told somebody the story. I needed to post a video about a Canadian jump fell from the 12th floor. Because it's a tourist, I have to put the news out there. It's unfortunate, but I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But when you do the math, exponentially, it's been, I don't know, in the past year, you tell me. You watch, I forget, I do so many almost every other day. It's been at least 10, 12 that a jump slash fail. I don't get it. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know what's the deal with that, though. I do want to go to Guatemala. I would say, yeah, Fuego is active. You ain't climbing Fuego. You go to Asladango. You go to the volcano next to it, and you climb overnight. I haven't done that yet because number one, my knees ain't as good as they used to be, and you don't get it. The air is thin. If you come in from America and you go up there thinking I'm healthy, because I'm healthy, dude. I'm in shape. Okay, I'm in shape, but the lack of air limits your ability to be. You're not in the same shape as you would put it in the U.S. Put it that way, on a flat level. And I'm in Houston. We're flat. We're flatter than flat because we're close to the water. So just think about it. It's not that easy, man. When the lack of air is limiting, it'll hem you up for real. Have you been fluent in Spanish your entire life? I speak like 45% Spanish. It's not easy learning 100% Spanish. If you speak 45% Spanish, geez, GG, then you speak more Spanish than me. You're more fluent than I am. If I had to rate myself, I would say I'm probably 30%. I'm 30%. I can be understood. My pronunciation may not be proper to them, but they can understand me. Okay, no matter what situation I'm in, I feel comfortable that I can be understood. But if you speak 45%, shit, I mean, come on, you almost there. I mean, then you can be understood the same way, and that's enough. It's just learning certain words, and every time I go, I learn something different. Hell, in Guatemala 2 weeks ago, I had to show. I didn't get to go to Panama, so I had to go home for a funeral. I had to learn certain things. I'm looking for a mosquito net. Number one, mosquitero. There's my new word for the day. I needed a suit. Yeah, I forgot what suit was. Senna, somebody, not Senna. I forgot what it was. But I needed a camisa. I needed a shirt, which is camisa, pero manga larga, which is long sleeve. So I had to learn that. New words. I learned 5 or 6 new words on that trip, man. Unfortunately, I had to leave for that reason. But yeah, if you speak 45% Spanish, man, you feeling good. Yeah, I seen Diddy arrest video, and I'm still in Punta Cana. Okay, yeah. I sent you the link while you were live early, but I had to jump out, man. I had to go back to my session. Cooley Whistle said probably just internet talk, but rumor that Kevin Hart was caught up in many Diddy parties. I wouldn't doubt that, man. There's some people. It's gonna. I mean, from Usher on down, bro. It's gonna be a lot of people, man. That's caught up in there. They gonna get caught up. They gonna, man. I mean, you gotta be careful, man. And who knows who's to say that he didn't sprinkle a little something in their drink, because he put it in the girl's drink, and he mostly told the guys don't drink out of those. But man, if he's trying to get with you, because let's face it, he's a freak. So I mean, I rest assured right now in my hotel in San Diego, knowing where Diddy is right now. I rest comfortable knowing where his dirty ass is. I don't like dirty. I'm sorry. I don't like dirty. Male, female, I don't like dirty, man. I just don't like dirty. Don't do people wrong. Probably just internet talk. I said, sup, Rob? Thanks for the vids. Making my way to Medellin for the first time in a couple of weeks. Bet, man. I mean, follow the rules and you'll be fine, man. People think that everybody go down there to get guided. That's not true. It's 0.0001% of the people, but it's fish in the barrel. So if they're coming after you and you're marked, the key is to know when you're marked. When the girl says, you talking to a girl and she says, because my friend come, you're marked. You got on jewelry, you're marked. I mean, it's just simple things, man. It's easy to maneuver. I don't think you will have any problems. I mean, if I wasn't recognizable, I lived there. I didn't have any problems at all. Zero. I heard gunshots my first 2 weeks. Never bothered me at all. They wasn't shooting at me, so what? I mean, why am I going to be concerned? So it's not that type of danger. It's just dangerous for those who go down foolishly. Let's just say that. Go down not prepared, just didn't do due diligence, and they just go down and just dress whatever. From the moment you land, you're being watched. So are you normal? Are you regular? Or are you going to be abnormal? Are you going to be drinking, throwing out the N-word, walking around parqueadas? I mean, your car may get pulled sooner than that. Probably just internet talk, but rumor that oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Brazil senior says, learn that Spanish. Yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, vosotros, ellos. Believe it. Learn it. Learn the tenses. Learn the basics. I want. Okay, querer. Yo quiero. Tú quieres. Queremos. We want. Learn the tenses of the verbs. Learn the tenses of the verbs. Just learn the basics. Mi casa, mi cara, tu cara, your face, your bed, tu cama. Learn the words. There's some that are close together, but they're totally different. And they will act like they don't know what you're talking about. If you say mi cama is something, they won't recognize that you mean cara. They just either they recognize it and don't act like they do, or they just you slightest bit off and slightest bit off on the enunciation. They don't get it. What you doing in San Diego? I am here on business. I've been here since Wednesday for a trade show for point of sale, touchscreen computers. I do power protection for them, so I set up my table and I bring on new resellers and I send them to distribution because I can't handle it myself. J-Man says, when someone lands at the airport, they should start immediately doing salsa to let them know that you're cool. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to know salsa before you get there, but if you can speak the language and just feel comfortable and don't stand out, don't stand out. That's all. I mean, that's all I would say is don't be different. Be normal. Be like everybody else. There's been a time when I told this story before. I've been in the not the gondola. What are they called? The ones that go above ground. The wreck. The cable cars. And I was on there with a bunch of Colombians. And again, if you're from America and you're black, they don't know if you're Colombian or not. They just don't until you start talking. Just don't talk. And I was sitting on there, and they were like, I don't know what they were saying. And I was like, ah. I just laugh along with them. I don't know what the hell they said, but I just act like I knew what they were talking about. But if I were to spoken, mira, pregunte, tienes pregunta. If I would have asked a couple of questions, yeah, they would have known. So best is just not to stand out, but learn some Spanish, man. And every time somebody gets got to speak Spanish, there's always somebody that comments, "Oh, look, they got robbed and they spoke Spanish too. So speaking Spanish don't help." Come on, man. Come on, for real, for real, for real. Be for real with yourself. I mean, at least somebody can walk out here right now and pull a gun on me, and I can talk. Ho, yo, bro, don't, no problem. Man. I got kids, man. Don't, they're not me. You know, if you can't plead, again, if you can't say you know what I mean, if you can't say help me, then rethink on. That's all I can say, man. I mean, guys gonna go. We all adults. All the guys are gonna say, "I'm an adult. I'm grown. I'm 25. I'm 30. I'm 35. I'm 40. I'm 45. I'm 50. I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want. Do what you want." I'll read your story next week if you slip. I live in San Diego, JF. Okay, bet. Learn conjunction of verbs. Believe it, believe it, believe it. Well, I'm glad to be in San Diego, man. I go back tomorrow. I got a simple flight, and the next week I go to Seattle for my brother's art exhibit, and then the following week I go to DC for a week with my mom for vacation. I'm looking forward to that. Some peace. And we're going first class too. And when I go to Seattle next week, I'm doing a big. I'm taking. Let me tell you first. I'm taking Spirit. Everybody loves Spirit. Well, I'm taking a Spirit, but I'm flying a big seat. 4 flights, two there, two to back. All day flights, man. This gonna cost me some money, man. It's not cheap to go to Seattle. I don't know where you live. Maybe it's cheaper from San Diego, but from Houston, it ain't cheap at all, man. It's gonna set me back a little bit. Now I'm already in the hole, but gotta support my brother. J Man says, I'd start doing hand signs and pretend like I'm deaf. Hey man, if you can pull it off, pull it off. JF says, Rob, you should be out in the gas lamp district. It's Friday night. Man, let me tell you something. I already had a couple. So I was going to go because I love the gas lamp. My first speakeasy was a gas lamp about 5 years. And really, the gas lamp area is the only area I know because most of the shows they put over there. This is the first time they've been over on Coronado. But I normally go. And I've taken that ride down too, again, from there from I've taken an Uber, man. It's like a $21 Uber. If that tells you how close they are, $21 Uber to the border, and then you just walk across, come back across. I know how to walk up, walk 2 or 3 blocks up, get by the McDonald's at least, and then take an Uber back. It's not a problem. So anybody wants to go, man, it's not difficult at all to go to Tijuana. And if you're going to party, man, Tijuana's live. And it's Friday, Saturday night, man, that's where it's live. Gaslamp is live. I love Gaslamp, though. Don't get me wrong. When I go for an event, let's just say they take better care of us during an event than I can take care of myself. So I don't have to spend the money. They take care of us, just like the show I just left. I mean, they took care of us, man. They took care of us. Last night was, man. I mean, we had this whole. Go back and look at that short I did. It's just amazing, man. It's just this is there, that is there, drinks here, drinks there, and it's about I don't know, 300 of us. So a good event. But yeah, I know the gas lamp, man. The gas lamp. And if you want some good seafood, right across from the convention center, across the tracks, boom, right there. The best oysters in the U.S. Well, we got one place in Houston too. I won't say the name, but we do have a good too. Um, let's say Go Travel says, "Yo, homie, what up, Go? What you know? What you know, bro?" I need to bring some go on here now, man. I can't wait to get home, brother. I can't wait to get home, brother. I'm going to hear some Essence. Believe it. Believe it. I'm going to hear some junk. Well, junk is Friday, but I will be the next Friday before I leave that Saturday. I'll get to hear him too. I'll be at Tacoma Station, man. No joke. Ozzy C says, gents, I need to spill. Buenos noches a todos. Okay, buenos noches to everybody. Ronman says, I see Ecuador don't get as much talk like Colombia, but it's very similar. Quito is more similar to Bogota, with the size of Medellin. Love it in Quito. Good for you, bro. I personally I can't go because of what I went through with the brothers, with the Stevenson brothers. I'm not going to go to Ecuador anytime soon. If I do, I need an alias before I cross that border. Because right now, I don't know when the last time you've been, but they're pretty freaking lawless down there. They got issues. And if you don't know about the Stevenson brothers, type in DC Born Rob Stevenson brothers and watch the history of what they went through. And I'm proud to have played a small part of them being free. 37 years, 35 years, I think, whatever it was, they were convicted of for double murder. And now they're free. They're free. And they're in Washington, D.C., and I got to meet one last year. So hopefully I need to catch up with them when I go home, too, man. But yeah. I hear DC Rob has a dungeon in Colombia. No Diddy. I don't know about. I have no karma. I don't know what that means, but I got no dungeon, and I got nothing except my dentist and my charity there, and my guide. So if you need a guide, if you want to tour around, man, it's best to go with a guide. Somebody that's going to take you in the neighborhoods where you can still feel comfortable and walk around, whereas you would not be able to do so yourself. His name is Andres. His link is in the description of all my videos. So check him out. If you're going to go and you want to get around, you want to go to Comuna 13, you want to go to Guatapé, you want to go wherever you want to go outside, whitewater rafting, mountain climbing, whatever, Tres Cruces. Don't go up Tres Cruces by yourself. I've done it, yeah, but that was years ago. Done it a couple times, but that was years ago. Wouldn't do it again. Now, parasailing, that's one thing. It's dangerous because I know some that have just run into the tree. I don't remember if they survived or not, but I did it. And to be honest with you, my whole time there, that was the most exciting thing I've ever done. So I would highly recommend doing that. I'm sick of my phone. Um, okay, King's Calm. Not sure what that means, but Coolio whistles. I understand the. Okay, I get that word. So the self-infliction watches on Diddy Talk. Can you imagine living as a billionaire for decades and then you are thrown into prison? No ball. Things got real quick. For real. Hey, but he's dirty. So peace. I'm cool with it. I'm cool knowing where I am right now, looking out my window and just knowing where he is. And I'm cool with that. It's like, I don't want to get into politics, but it's just like knowing that somebody is paying the piper. You know, when somebody speeds past you, bang, 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 and bump into a couple people, and then the cop pop up, woo, and you go, yes, caught him. You never are there. Normally, when somebody does something stupid, now that somebody done something stupid, they got hemmed up, they got caught up, and yes, caught him. So that's what I was like. I saw the video on TMZ. That's the one I sent to Razor early. Yeah, so they caught him, told his sons, looked like his sons. Back up, Shorty. We got this. We got this. Good for them. Good for him. I just left DC after a couple of years, and everything is expensive. And some places have an automatic 20% gratuity. Yeah, Houston got 20% gratuity, man. You can go to a bar, and that 20% is on there. Believe it. So if you pay $18 for a drink, just think about it, man. $18 for a drink. Yeah, it's not cheap to be outside no more, man. I mean, it's not cheap to be single. Hell, it's not cheap to be in a relationship, really, because you still gotta pay. But I'm good with it overall. And I know which places have which fees. But I'm going to hear live music, so that's the way I look at it. Like, okay, they charge me a fee, but they're not charging me for the live music, except for my number one spot. But my number one spot up the street, I call ahead and go, Sonia, can you do me a favor? Can you help me out? Can you give me a seat at the bar, or can you give me two for a table? And she'll look out for me. So it pays to know people at certain bars. And I got bartenders all across. When I walk in, I was standing in line with my partner last week when I got back from what the hell, I don't know, wherever I went from. Got back most recently from DC for the funeral. And I've been waiting all year to hear happy birthday from Miriam Echo, the beautiful voice of Miriam Echo, man. She's like a black Adele. So I wanted my happy birthday. I sent people there all year long. Make sure she sing you. Here, write your name down. What's your Sonia? When I walk up, Jim, Tammy, whatever. And I walk up and I give it to him. Now it's my turn. So I got my happy birthday finally, finally. So yeah, but as we're walking in the door and they're checking the names, I got you, Rob. My bartender, I go, salute. He goes, hey, I got your drink. Kev. So shout out to Kev if you watch this, man. There's some good bartenders, man, that just they know what you I don't know how they do it for real. How do you know what 300, 400 different people drink all the time? Top shelf, this, I don't want Coke, I want Sprite instead. And it's always, I mean, get you a bartender like that if you drink. Or just stop drinking. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, DC is expensive, man. It's like Manhattan right now. I try to explain this to my mom. Just getting a couple of Airbnbs. We're going in 2 weeks, a week and a half, 6th or whatever of October, and man, to get us two separate Airbnbs where we all have our own place, like 10 minutes apart in DC. There, our old church where we grew up at, near off of 16th Street where I grew up at. I mean, and they're nice. So I'm looking forward to showing you. So all you haters of Airbnbs, I love Airbnb. Now, don't get me wrong. I like this hotel. You know what do I? Oh, I do have a refrigerator. I have a refrigerator. I don't think I have a microwave. Wait a minute. No, no microwave. Um, but I just had the best clam chowder downstairs. Oh my god, for dinner, man! And I have a view. I'm right on the water. I'm literally. I wonder if I can show this to you. Let me see.